Plaintiff John Klipsch says when he first met the defendant, he discovered she was a single mother who needed some help. John claims he sold the defendant a car, but after she took it for a test drive, she never returned. John's suing her today for the cost of the vehicle the defendant stole from him. Defendant Callie Cooley says the only reason she's in court today is because she refused to have sex with John. Callie claims this incident happened 6 years ago, and when she took the car from John, he told her she didn't have to pay for it.
Tell me what happened.
I met the defendant back in 2003 through mutual friends. I found out she was a single mom. She uses people and manipulates people to her advantage.
When did you find that out?
After I sold her a car in 2006.
Excuse me, Your Honor, he's lying.
All right, let him finish and I'll get back to you.
I sold the car to the defendant in 2006. She test drove the car and pretty much took off with the car, and I didn't see her for almost a month after that.
Oh, so it was for a test drive?
Yes. And she
Your Honor, he's
never come
lying.
back.
Still test driving it. She's not sure yet.
He's lying.
She's not sure if it is in good shape yet, sir. Give her a little more time.
Yeah.
Mathis says you went to buy a car from him. He allowed you to test drive it, and you never came back.
The only reason that we're here today is because I would not sleep with him. I mean, this was 6 years ago, and
When you test drove the car?
I didn't test drive the car. He offered me the car because my car
6
had
years
broke
ago?
down. Right. And I told him, we sat down and, I talked with him about it, and I said that I didn't have money to pay for the car. He said it was okay. I left with the car. He gave me the keys. I left with the car. And actually, I'd say probably a week and a half after I got in the car, I took it to him and he did the brakes on it.
Is that true?
No, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
And I would say probably maybe a month and a half, 2 months after I got in the car broke down and I left it on the highway. I called Johnny because he's a tow truck driver, and I told him, the car's broke down. I can't do anything with it. I'm just going to go get a new car.
That's
he
not
said,
true
okay.
either, Your Honor.
And that was the end of it. After
Let me
that, I didn't
ask,
talk to
sir,
him much.
what have you done to get your car back for the last 6 years?
It's
Nothing.
not been 6 years. It's been almost 4 years.
Okay.
Okay.
4 years, what have you
It was in
done?
2004.
I've tried to locate her. I've been by her mom's house several times. Her mom even offered me a deer
How
rifle.
did you locate her now?
How did I locate her now? Mutual friend told me she was back in town and she's been married now. Mom,
Mutual friend said she's back in town. What did you do?
I don't know, Your Honor. I mean, it's been a long, hard period with her. She's lied about everything. She's lying right now.
When did he first?
I've never tried to sleep with her.
When is the last time he asked you for the car back before coming to court?
He
were
said
at a
something
grocery
a
store.
year and a half after.
Okay. Year and a half after that, and that's the last time you've heard.
Yep, and I haven't
So
seen him since.
We were at a grocery store
Where-
the last time I seen her.
When was that?
About 3 years ago.
And since that time, you've done
I have
nothing.
not contacted her one bit.
Why do you think he suddenly asked you about the car?
I think it's because him and his kids have been harassing my mom. They
For
see her
4.5 years?
Yeah, the whole time. They see her, they throw
No,
stuff
Your
at
Honor.
her car.
Okay.
She actually had to get a restraining
how
order
did
against
you end
him.
up in court 4.5 years after?
Because she got a restraining order against him, and I think that he's upset because she did that.
See, I knew something was missing. Why didn't you mention that? I knew
Yep.
something wasn't making sense, sir. No one knows why you haven't asked for your car. So now I'm hearing that it's perhaps retaliation based on your mother getting a restraining order on him. Come
Yeah,
on up,
that's
ma'am.
what I
That
believe.
sounds...
That was dismissed.
That makes sense, though. State your name. That's the only thing I've heard to make
My
sense.
name's Evelyn Cooley, and I'm Callie's mother. I'm very sick. I have cancer. They removed a lung a year ago.
Sorry to hear that.
I don't have time to mess with him and his children, so I tried to get a restraining order.
Because what? What had he been doing?
His children and him have driven at me, swerved at me. They have thrown pop bottles and
not
beers
true, Your
at
Honor.
my car. Your Honor, he's lying.
Because of what?
He's wanting money out of her or me. I gave him a deer rifle
She
of
offered me
my
a deer rifle.
father's. He called me
Barely a
back
week, Your
wanting
Honor.
more
You
money.
gave it to him?
I had given him the
Why
gun.
did you give him anything?
Because I felt like maybe Callie had owed this
What
money.
made you feel that way?
The way he talked, the way
Did
he
you speak
had
with your
brought-
daughter about it?
Yes.
And what did she tell you?
She said she didn't owe him anything, that John had given her
okay,
the
and
car.
then what was your perspective then about paying him?
She said, get your gun back. So I called John back, told him I was coming to get the gun. I got the gun back, sold it 6 months later and got
How
three.
did you get the gun back?
I walked over to his house and got it.
And he voluntarily gave it to
And
you?
he voluntarily gave
Sir?
it back
No,
to me.
Your Honor. I went and had it looked at, and they told me the gun was probably worth $500 or $600 with the big scope it had on it. It was an older model gun. And I told her I wasn't interested in trading a gun for a car.
So you took it back to her?
I took it back to her, dropped
after
it off at
getting an
her house,
estimate.
not
He's
my
lying.
house. She did not pick
He's
the gun up
lying.
at my
I went
house.
and got the gun from
$500 or
his home.
$600 didn't help?
No, I was wanting $1,600 because the car was supposed to have been sold so he could get a
Okay.
pickup truck for his senior year.
When did you get the restraining order?
3/15 of this year.
Why did you
3/10
wait
of
so
this year.
late? Because they continued to harass you?
The harassment started
Did you
up.
all go for a hearing?
Yes, I did.
And what did you tell the judge?
I told the judge I haven't worked for the company she said I was working for and driving by her house in a tow truck for over 3 years.
Did the judge believe you?
Yes, he did.
And so
says,
he did not. He removed the restraining order, obviously.
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
Ma'am, did he?
He dismissed it because I kept referring to him as them, him and his children. His children are
No,
just as
you
much
can put a
as this.
restraining order on all of them.
That's
Right, that's
So
why
the
I
judge
said she
doesn't
can't.
dismiss
Your
it
Honor.
because you refer to him and or them. The
Your-
judge says, okay, I see you've applied for one for this gentleman, yet you continue to talk about his boys. Do you want one against his boys also?
Yes.
And,
I didn't tell them
and the
that
judge
at
will
the
say,
time.
okay. You said the judge said dismissed. Why do you think that she just went for the restraining order? If he's been coming by all these years, why you shake your head? Hold on.
Him and his kids
Why do you-
drive by.
Hold on, what?
He's
Shaking
never
your head.
been to my house but one time when this first occurred, other than the harassment of him
So
driving
why
by.
do you think he waited all these years to harass you about
I have
something
no
that happened years ago?
idea.
Several times I come by there in the past.
Right.
He was friends with my ex.
You
could have
say he just
easily
popped
found
up.
me.
Pardon?
He was friends with my ex. He could have easily found me. You know, I was only gone out of town for work for like 2.5, 3 months. After that, I've lived in the same house, same phone number. You know, he knows
So
exactly.
once again, why do you think
I
he
don't
suddenly
know. I
wanted
think
to
it's
do
because
it?
he's upset because
Okay.
she finally
Do you
had
have
enough
any
of
other
his.
defense? Because thus far I'm believing him. Because what you're saying doesn't make sense and what he's saying does. When there's no direct evidence to make a determination, I have to go on testimony. Based on his testimony thus far, he's making his case. I believe him. He did just what a person would do if they believe someone took a car
Why would he
unlawfully.
wait 6
tries to
years?
track him down for a long time, and if the person skips town, he's unable to track him down.
I was only gone for
Whatever
2.5,
it
3
was,
months.
you were gone for months.
Why didn't he come over after that?
Yeah, your claim
was
is
lying.
granted, sir.
He's never been to my
$1,600.
house.
I believe you. Their answers are
tried
defensive
to-
and don't make sense. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
The allegations of her, me wanting to have sex with her is a total lie. I'm 50 years old. Why would I want to have sex with a 28-year-old?
Exactly why I turned him down. He would always flirt with me. He'd make
Never.
little comments like, you know, let's hook up. And I
My
always
son
told him
might,
no.
but I never would.
You know?
I mean,